Yo, yo, welcome to Trippy Commentaries. Thanks for joining me here in Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm RJ. Rockstar has added another update to the game. We get a Halloween update, which is pretty cool. Get Halloween themed masks. I know a lot of people talked about possibly getting that Halloween update, and some people received the masks before Rockstar even announced anything. A little bit odd that they're having these glitches in the system. But I wanted to talk about the peyote plant transformations. Right now I am in Michael's house. We've talked about this place a lot. A lot goes down. I'm playing the mission, Did Someone Say Yoga? Probably the most popular mission in the entire game. It has a lot of things going on. It's the first time you get to do yoga. But as far as Michael's house is concerned, he has all these pictures of northern San Andreas. It looks like it's showing off the Mount Chiliad area. I'm going to head into Michael's young son Jimmy's room, and there's some interesting things here as well, including a bunch of rockets. You can see this big space flight poster over here. It's got a rocket there. There's one right here next to this Vinewood zombie poster. That's another thing. The fact that the zombies are pointed out here in Jimmy's room really leads me to believe that there's going to be some sort of zombie DLC or something going on. Now, you think it might be linked to the Halloween update, but I guess not yet. It's still nice to know that Rockstar is putting new things into the game, despite the fact that it's been out for a while. Even on the next-gen consoles, it's almost going to be out for a year. Really crazy stuff, but as far as Jimmy's room's concerned, you have the zombies, you have the rockets, and one other thing you have is this poster that says, "Softly, softly, catchy monkey." Not too sure what that means. I'll have to research that a little bit more. But the mission that we're doing now, Did Someone Say Yoga, is going to result in not only Michael having to interact with monkeys, but those monkeys end up leading to an alien abduction. So I wanted to show that off, of course, in this episode. There's some things to talk about when it comes to that. But I definitely recommend you guys take a look at Michael's house. There's a lot of really small nuances, even in Jimmy's room. So we'll have to definitely take a look for clues. Perhaps the monkeys, the rockets, even the zombies are letting us know that eventually Rockstar will announce or release something pretty epic, hopefully to do with zombies. And what I'm thinking is maybe something to do with aliens. Perhaps it's already in the game. Not too long ago, somebody discovered a brand new peyote plant. A peyote plant that turns you into Bigfoot. And that kind of opened up a can of worms. I felt now that we had a new peyote plant, it proved a few things. First of all, it proved that there's still things in the game to discover. And the latest news is that that peyote plant's been in the game for a while, just nobody came across it. Damn you! Get out of my way. I think perhaps there is more to find by way of peyote plants. People have reported that there are some animals that have not been used by the plants so far. You had Bigfoot, which was one of them. Now you can turn into Bigfoot legitimately. You also have a rat as well as a monkey. Those are in the game file, and definitely, man, I hate driving in first person view. It sucks. Let's switch it out for now. But it's definitely worthy of being able to turn into. Can you imagine if we were a monkey in San Andreas? You'd almost feel like it'd be Rise of the Planet of the Apes, something of that nature, especially if they gave the monkey maybe a little bit better ability as far as agility, perhaps climbing up buildings and trees. You have this huge cement playground, yet no way to do simple things. I mean, a jetpack would certainly help get up and down. It would really help the verticality of GTA 5, which, you know, unless you use the Hydra in multiplayer mode, there's not much you can do. Of course, you have the helicopter. That's obviously slow compared to some of the other jets. Let's hide from the cops before we go to the special stop. Jimmy needs to meet up with a friend, and Michael's nice enough to give him a ride. And what Michael is going to drink is going to really send the storyline into a tailspin. We have here seagrass, eh? It's like a nice place. So I think that when it comes to the peyote plants, maybe we're not looking for a rat to turn into. You know, we're not looking for another mythical creature like Bigfoot. Even the monkey, I mean, that would be amazing. But I think there's one thing that I want to turn into even more than Sasquatch. So we have lost the cops and made the pickup from the burger joint. Looks like Jimmy got some sort of drink. I'm not sure if it's purple drink or perhaps something worse. But Michael starts to trip pretty hard here. And this is where my theory's coming through. You have Franklin being able to turn into the Bigfoot. Trevor, I'm not quite sure what he's able to turn into. Hopefully we'll either discover something or figure something out at some point. I think that Trevor is the one who will turn into the monkey. And when it comes to Michael, I feel like he is going to turn into an alien. At least I really hope he turns into an alien over a rat, which some people have theorized themselves. But it's kind of the same thing as far as, you know, you control Bigfoot, and we will have some Bigfoot gameplay coming very soon. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video. But we really want to control Bigfoot as a way to perhaps do something with the Chiliad mystery. I feel like being able to control an alien would be the ultimate. That would almost be a guaranteed step to the Chiliad mystery, at least when it comes to the UFOs, maybe the Altruist camp, of course the cave right below the Altruist camp. But Jimmy will kick Michael out of the car. Not too sure what's going on here at all. In fact, everything from this point, it's a blur, because I'm not sure if this is part of Michael's imagination or if this is something that really happens. As you can see, he's being pulled, looks like into a back alley. Maybe in real life he is getting a liver stolen from him or a spleen, but what we see is him waking up with some very vicious looking monkeys staring at him. You guys can see there's a green glow. Looks very similar to that Chiliad mystery green coming from the space docker. He gets sucked up into a UFO. And this UFO is identical to the one flying over the alien hippie camp. And because we can see that during gameplay, it's almost confirming that it is not part of Michael's imagination. This is something that really happens to him. Therefore, hopefully, a peyote plant will turn us into one of these aliens. That's what I'm looking for. You can see in their hands, they even have a little glow, so I feel like that would make for a weapon. They can shoot a laser, something. It'd be a lot of fun to control an alien. So it's all a matter of it either being put into the game, or if we find the peyote plant that is currently undiscovered. I remember when they first found that peyote plant, people didn't know what to make of it. The post on Reddit was like, holy shnikes, I have found a golden peyote plant which turns you into Bigfoot. That is mind-blowing news. And I feel like there's still these peyote plants out there somewhere, just like the golden one was there. And hopefully one will turn you into the alien. If this already is not in the game, then maybe this is something they'll put into the game. We've been checking since the Lowriders update to see if they really changed anything, and it doesn't seem like it. It seems like mostly everything that got put into that Lowriders DLC has to do with GTA Online. Now we have the Halloween update. Obviously we have to check some more, see if we can find anything. Oh, nice, the stage. Let's try to land right on there. Everything goes dark. You wake up in a completely different area. Some really psychedelic, trippy visuals going on here. You come out of the eye, and Michael's only in his boxers. So did something happen to him completely different that he can't remember? He throws up right there. And from this point on, everything in the game really gets twisted from Michael's standpoint. This is almost like where the game kicks into gear from a storyline perspective. So can we turn into aliens? Let me know what you guys think. It is highly rumored that we can still turn into a monkey and a rat, but it has not been discovered. I haven't really heard of anybody saying that we should turn into an alien. That's something else that we know is definitely in the game already, as we just saw. And it would make perfect sense because those peyote plants, what they're doing is they're letting you turn into every single animal in the game. There are a few expectations, but people are definitely thinking that there's got to be a peyote plant that will turn us into the few things that we have yet to control. And the number one thing in my book definitely being the alien. I was hoping that it would coincide with Halloween, but with the Halloween update just giving us masks, stuff like that, it looks like we're going to have to wait a little bit longer. Once again, with all of these updates still coming out, I think that shows that Rockstar has more plans for Grand Theft Auto 5 as far as content is concerned. I'm not talking about free DLC. I think the paid DLC, that is where the mega content is going to come, involving aliens, zombies, and who knows what else. Thanks again for joining up for the episode. Make sure to stay tuned. I have collected all of the peyote plants, so I'll be working on a Bigfoot gameplay theory episode over the weekend. Hopefully I can unlock something. I have a very good feeling that there's still something big to find in Grand Theft Auto 5. So happy hunting, guys. I'll catch you in the next episode. Until then, as always, stay trippy, my friends.